AS Biology. Welcome. Are you excited for a fun learning session? Make sure you have your book and a pen before we start. Today you are going to learn about vaccines. The immune system. Immunity means not being able to catch a specific disease because you have the antibodies stored as memory lymphocytes. There are two types of immunity: active and passive. There are different types of active immunity and these occur in different ways. Active immunity occurs where the body makes its own antibodies. Natural active immunity occurs after catching a disease. Artificial active immunity occurs when the body becomes immune after vaccination. During vaccination, the body is injected with a harmless dose of antigen. Passive immunity occurs when antibodies are donated from another organism. Natural passive immunity occurs when a baby becomes immune through antibodies it receives from its mother, often through breast milk. Artificial passive immunity occurs after being injected with the antibodies from another individual. In the case of a tetanus infection, the individual is injected with antibodies that counteract tetanus toxin. These antibodies are collected from blood donations. Vaccines are used to induce immunity in patients. They work by injecting a dead or attenuated version of the microbe into a patient. They work by injecting antigens into the patient. These antigens cause the body to respond and produce antibodies and memory cells. If the patient encounters the disease, the lymphocytes will produce antibodies quickly. The pathogen will be destroyed quickly and the patient does not become ill. Immunity from vaccines protects both the patient and the wider community, through herd immunity. Herd immunity reduces the rate of spread of a disease through a population. Herd immunity. The entirety of the population does not need to be vaccinated to contain a disease. Depending how easily the disease is transmitted, more or less people in a population will have to be vaccinated. The more easily a disease can be transmitted, the more people in the population need to be vaccinated. Vaccines are well tested and studied for effectiveness before they are given to patients. Most vaccines are given by injection. This is because oral vaccines can be broken down by enzymes in the body. All vaccines are tested on animals before they are tested on humans. Not everyone agrees with animal testing or the use of animal products such as gelatin in vaccines. Before the vaccine is rolled out to general use, the vaccine is put through human trials. These trials are closely monitored to protect the participants in them. However, there have been serious side effects recorded in participants that have meant vaccines have been delayed or withdrawn completely as the problem cannot be resolved. Some people will refuse to take vaccines or have their children vaccinations due to side effects or their personal beliefs. These individuals and their children may still be protected through herd immunity. If there is an outbreak of a disease, it is important to vaccinate the most at-risk groups first and then the rest of the population, to work towards herd immunity. This has been the case with COVID-19 vaccines, where most vulnerable individuals prioritized. This has included both the elderly, who are more likely to be badly affected, and also frontline staff who are more likely to become infected. The antigens are found on the surface of pathogens, and it is these antigens that stimulate the primary response and causes the memory cells to be produced. In an individual is infected with the same antigens, the secondary response is stimulated and the virus is destroyed before the symptoms can be seen. Some pathogens are able to change the shape of their antigens, and this is called antigenic variation. If the antigens are changed, then the memory cells will not recognize these antigens, and so the primary response will be stimulated again rather than the secondary response. Individuals will once again exhibit signs of illness. Antigenic variation makes it difficult to create vaccines. This is because the immune system has created immunity based off the old antigens. HIV, influenza and COVID-19 are all viruses that exhibit antigenic variation. This is the reason that there is a new influenza vaccine every year.